Hello. Well, I thought I would do a hand lettering real quick so that you can kind of get some ideas on some easy ways to do it. So let's talk about pens real quick. Pens vary from hard to super easy. It just depends on what kind of pens you want, how difficult you want to learn, things like that. So let me grab a piece of paper and I'll show you some of the pens, okay? Let's talk about super hard, okay? This is Sharpie permanent brush pens. I found these at Hobby Lobby. It is a pretty good size set. They were $29.99, and you can use a coupon, and it thinks it brings it down to about 17 something. Very cool pens. Okay. The difference is they're very bleed through. So you have to really be careful, on what you're going to use them on. I think they're more of they're not easy either. I'm pretty good at hand lettering, but these I have trouble with. Mainly because they're a real soft tip. And that's the difference. Is that if you, and see how thick they are. If you are starting out, I would suggest a more hard tip. And they make brush lettering with hard tips. This one is a super soft tip, okay? This is the Sharpie. And they're hard to use. They're not easy. I mean, you definitely could learn, but even me, I have a really hard time. You can see I'm pretty shaky. So anyway, they come in a really good variety of colors. Next, we have the Tombow. This is the big, we're going to call this the big Tombow. It is a soft tip too. Well, they're called nibs, but most people don't realize that, so we're going to call them tips. But it is a nib. It's too, but got it all over me. But it's a much easier controlled one. You can control this one a lot better. And see how it's so much easier. But do not think that it's that easy, because you still have to practice to be able to learn how to control this tip. When I first started and I saw everybody using these, see, I messed up there. I thought, oh wow, that's so cool. I can do that. Yeah, no, it's not that easy. But it does come with practice. It's practice, practice, practice. See how you can get it with practice. You can get it. So, it's a soft tube. Next, FaberCastell. Their nib is, or tip, is somewhat, it's a lot smaller. It's not hard, but it's not soft either. And when I say hard, it's not hard like some of them. but it is a lot more control. You can control it a lot better. Here's the issue though with the FaberCastell. Is the nib. If you're not careful, they fray really bad on the ends. It probably the worst out of all the pens, but I love this pen. Yeah, love the FaberCastell. I use FaberCastell for just about, yeah. I use all their sizes in all my Bible journaling. Good pen. Okay, let's talk about Prisma. Prismacolor makes a beautiful, they come in colors, but it's a great pen. Love this pen. I feel like this pen has a lot of control. A lot. Now, I haven't ever used it when it's been like worn out. So I don't know what it's like, you know, when it's been used a lot. But I would say that it's a pretty good pen. So next, if you want to go to your hard tips, I would say, well, let's do this one. This is the Zebra, and it is a little bit fatter nib, but it's really cool. So I'm hoping you guys on YouTube are really enjoying this because I've been teaching this in my Facebook group, which is Well With My Soul Expressions, and we did it a whole month of this. Now, so one of the things that I learned with the zebras, okay, sometimes your pens have to be stored. You know, you shouldn't store them upright. None of them. I store all my pens upright, which is wrong. Should never do that. But I did learn with the Zebra. Nice pen. That if you store it upside down, it works really good. Okay, now let's go to the little harder tips. So these are the ones that are all take a little bit of learning them, understanding them, practicing. As you see, I'm not the greatest, and as I go down the list, I get better. So yeah. All right. Oh, and talk about bleed through on the Sharpie. So let's talk about learning with a fat marker. Yes, it is easy to learn, and I'm going to give you some tips. It is a lot easier to learn with it, but it's still not super thin lines. You know, it's not the super thin lines, but it is, you know, different. So this would be your fat markers. Crazy Art or Crayola. Okay, so then you've got these. These are your kind of hard tips. You've got Zebra, you've got Tombow, and you've got Pentel. So let's go to Pentel first. As you can see, the nib is super tiny, and it's hard, so you can get that hard line and you can get the fat line. Now, is it as fat as the other? No, it's not. But look at the control that you have. I mean, it's crazy. So these are the Pentel. How do they spell Pentel? They're the Pentel Touch. I don't know if it's an E or an A. Must be an E. Anyway, Pentel Touch brush. Really nice pen. All right. So now we are at the Zebra. This one is a medium, kind of like the one I was using a while ago. A little easier to use. Oops, I shook there. So this is the Zebra, and I believe it's a medium brush. Okay, which is not good to write like that with these. Bad example. Probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, okay, so here now we're down to a small one again. So this is a Zebra, and I don't know if it's considered a fine or not, but you can see it's a lot like the Pentel. Okay, so this is the Zebra Fine. For the sake of trying to get through this. Okay, now we're left with Tombow. I believe this is the Tombow, I think this is the Fine. A lot like these. Gotta apply the pressure. Yeah. So, Tombow. And this is Fine. And then we have these. These are the Tombow Fudonosuke. And they come in color. And they're the ones that are hard. And these ones, if you're looking for one to do brush lettering in your Bible, this is the best right here. The best. Easy. Control. See how you have so much control. A lot of control. And they come in color. I'm assuming you can see this. And they're nice, super nice. So you can take your pick on what you would want, but I would definitely probably start here and work your way backwards. Okay, so now let's talk about hand lettering. Okay, let's talk about paper. Paper is very important. Because your nibs will fray, like I talked about. So, I can give you a couple of really good ones. Tracing paper is awesome. Nice, smooth cardstock or HP Premium copy paper is great. Those are the top three. Okay. So now let's talk about, what pen do I want to use? Let's talk about, I don't know which one I want to use. Let's talk about the real simple things. You can always use a pen and a pencil and a ruler and draw your lines out on whatever you're doing it on. You can also just freehand it. You could actually write it out with pencil and then go back and erase after you've wrote over it. Just write it out in your handwriting and then make your light pressure and your heavy pressure. So here's the key. Your up strokes are light pressure. Your down strokes are heavy pressure. And always make sure your elbow is on the table. You could always use your pinky for support, and you're gonna draw, because we are not writing. This is not handwriting. This is hand lettering. So we're drawing these. You're gonna keep it at a 45-degree angle. Okay. So to start out, to practice, you're going to want to do up strokes, a whole bunch of them until you get, now don't look at me shaking because that's just, I shake in general. Okay, just work on your upstrokes. Then work on your downstrokes. Get used to that pressure. Okay? Once you do that, you can then start with the different combinations. So we're going to go with an A. So we're going to go light pressure, then we're going to go thick pressure, then we're going to go light pressure. So it looks like a C. Then the next one, plus we're going to go heavy, 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 and then light. Now we're going to put those together. Okay? So we're going to go light, light, heavy, light, bring it up a little bit more, then heavy. Oh, this pen's running out, sorry. Shouldn't use it. And then light. Let me switch. Then you could do kind of like, so light pressure and then heavy pressure. Okay, then we're going to do light, heavy, light. There are tons of hand lettering books out. I can name a couple when I'm done. Okay, so then we're going to go light pressure, light pressure, light pressure, heavy, light, heavy, light. That makes your H. It also does your L, your B, your D. So it's just different strokes. Then we're going to go the other way. Okay? So we're going to go heavy and then light. Plus light, heavy. That equals quite a few too. You can do all the way up, around, make a P. This also makes a J. You also can come this way for your G. And your Y. So you just need to practice. Hand lettering books, some of the ones that I like are, I like this one, Brush Pen Lettering Practice Book, and I also like this one. It's the Lisa Funk, The Guide to Mindful Lettering. These are both really good books. And then, of course, don't forget your tracing paper. because when you buy these expensive books, because this one has drill pictures or a drill area, you can use your tracing paper over top of that. Okay, so let's hand letter something. I'm just going to turn it over and do it on this side. When you're hand lettering, you can do all kinds of things. So I'm going to start out with a bulb, a light bulb. It's not the best, but it works. Okay. And then I'm going to keep this pin handy. It's just a regular medium FaberCastell. I'll do that with this. You might change pins up quite a bit when you're actually working. Now, some people say it's cheating when you use these pins that help you, but it really does teach you. So I really don't think it's cheating at all. Now, because we're not handwriting, we're hand lettering, you can always go back and fix your areas that you need to fix. See, like right there, I'm a little bit light. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I have people ask me the most about connecting letters. But it's really easy because you just pull a little line up, a light pressure line, and then connect them. And some of them you might just do that. Others, you will connect. Like right here. Just going to pull that up. Really easy once you practice. It takes all kinds of practice. And for 2 years, I did fake hand lettering. So it only took me about 3 months of constantly practicing to get this. So you can get it. It's easy. If you can get your pen to work. Now, a lot of times when you're hand lettering, you should break. 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 Take a break. This pen. Stop in between. It's fine. Fix your letters. It's quite all right. simple once you practice. It's all about the practicing. It's all about the pressure. I wish you luck. If you would like to take these classes, it's in the group Well With My Soul Expressions on Facebook, and it's every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that would be 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. In the group live, Well With My Soul Expressions. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.